talk us through some of these latest lines coming out from China. How is this different? Why do you think the market was quick to shrug it off?
Yeah, good morning, Yvonne. So good to be back. The latest ban is just an extension of further tightening of the crypto policies in China. This has been rumored since the summertime that China will eventually get cut off in terms of the crypto exchanges market. As people may know, 4 years ago, the PBOC and the regulators banned domestic exchanges in China. And then what happened was many of the exchanges just moved offshore, but yet we're still servicing people within mainland China by requiring them to go through VPN access and so on. So this ban, when they talk about crypto transactions, I think there's a slight mistranslation. It's really emphasized about crypto buying and selling, the crypto purchasing, the crypto exchange transactions that happen on the exchange platforms. So I believe that private exchanges, private buy sells are still allowed. It's just that the enterprise-led exchanges, that action is now deemed illegal, and they will prosecute. So this is why in the recent last 2 days, the major exchange platforms around China have all announced the stopping of registration of Chinese users.
Why do you think China continues to double down on this, Bobby? Is it still concerns about money laundering and what crypto can actually, the risk that it could bring? Or is it more broad now? Is it about energy consumption or even the threat of a threat to the digital renminbi? What do you think is motivating Beijing?
Yeah, I think it has to do with the controlled currency. As you know, in a controlled regime with forex, controlled foreign currencies, they really don't want any loopholes where people can use a digital currency vehicle to move assets abroad. So I think that's the main reason is just to retain the control over the economy, the control of the finances, and the outflow of money, the inflow and outflow of money. But in the end, it's not about energy. I think they banned the mining of crypto earlier this year for the purpose of alignment with all of the crypto, the tightening ban. But as I've said before, this is actually not the final nail in the coffin, which would be the so-called making crypto assets illegal to hold as well. So that clearly has not happened yet.
We've reported for weeks and months now about miners in China that are just packing up their bags and going. Are you able to track, I mean, you're on the ground in Shanghai. How much activity has actually shifted out of the country now?
So much of the traditional, what they call proof of power cryptocurrency mining, that has moved abroad. So this would be like the Bitcoin, the Litecoin, and the Ethereum. There's a new category of mining where it involves proof of stake, where it involves like storage, the likes of Filecoin and other derivatives. Those are still happening in China because it's much harder to detect. These are machines that are regular computers with storage, solid state drives and so on. And a lot of that activity is still happening in China, but it's hard to really classify that as traditional proof of power, proof of work mining.
So Bobby, just talk us through in terms of what your outlook is right now. You talked about, similar crackdowns we've seen from Beijing has led to a boom when it comes to Bitcoin prices. Is this time very much the same, you think?
Yeah, it's kind of like, when the rumor is, so what is it? Sell on rumor, buy on news. That's kind of what's happening right now. The rumor has been in the works for several months now that China will have a very tight crackdown on Bitcoin this year. And the hammer finally dropped. The timing is reminiscent of what happened in 2017. When the crackdown came in early September. And then, of course, we knew that the Bitcoin prices rallied to a multi-year high at the end of 2017. And this year, no different, that with the crackdown now announced, sort of the bad news is now out of the way. The market is reacting and processing, digesting that information. And I think I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, especially for end of year rally, a FOMO rally this year. So I expect Bitcoin prices to break out again in the next few weeks and months.
All right, we're still hovering around that 43,000 level. We tumbled below that kind of level there over the weekend.
It was only a 5% drop.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what we're still far from that all-time high around 63,000. I mean, where do you think prices are really going to go if you're talking about year-end rallies now?
So I think it'll easily go over $100,000, and then depending on how sharp the rally is, it's also likely to even touch 200 or even go above that. Now, obviously, going above $200,000 is a huge milestone. So there'll be a lot of media coverage, and that's what leads to what they call a fear of missing out rally. So generally, that happens every few years, and I think a FOMO rally for Bitcoin has been due for a long time now.
I mean, Bobby, maybe just as the end, we've seen this regulatory crackdown in China from everything from fintech to cryptos. Does it change in any way how you operate now in your business with Ballet?
Yeah, my business is selling hardware wallets, so we are not impacted by this. And also, for this being my second startup, from the outset, I knew to position our business to not rely on the China market. So after the earlier crackdown, our sales in China have indeed come down. But for me, it's not a big issue because we've always relied on the international global market for cryptocurrency. So for wallet makers and other businesses that don't concentrate their activity in China, this crackdown doesn't make a difference. However, for those companies that are focused on the China market, I think this is tougher for them.